Welcome to the Winning Edge Investments Podcast. Winning Edge Investments provides industry-leading horse racing and sports betting tips, ratings and education, enabling you to invest intelligently and treat your betting like a business. Go to www.winningedgeinvestments.com to learn more about how you can start to supercharge your betting bank immediately. Treat your betting like a business and invest intelligently with Winning Edge Investments.
Join the conversation. Text us on 0499 736 736. Live across Australia. This is Giddy Up with Gareth Hall.
Welcome back to Giddy Up on this Friday morning. We're on the heel of the hunt. We're into the last half hour of the show and we're leaving some of the best till last. And speaking of the best, winningedgeinvestments.com. Professional betting education, tips and ratings so you can treat your betting like an investment. One of the best in the business, Dean Evans, joins me. Hello to you, Dean.
Good morning, Miles. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Last week, Ninja, Sir now in SA. It was a good week for you.
Yeah, no, we landed a couple of good winners. It was nice to see Ninja run up to his trials. He was pretty impressive in the missiles. He sort of heads toward an Everest path, and Sir now led all the way and got a bit stiff too in our little roughie at Seymour, Dirty Diana, who just got held up the whole way down the straight. But I suggest listeners stick with her. She could win at a nice price next up.
I look to you and guys of your quality this time of year because we've got the Rosebud, the Quezette and the Vauban, and they're very, very hard to navigate for people like me. But we go to Rosehill and the Rosebud, we've got Blue Door, the favourite there. Central Europe's got Spruik everywhere. We're hearing that Hydrix is coming out, and as is Striking Alibi. So they're about around $13 and $34. They're coming out of that race. How are you seeing the Rosebud?
Yeah, a bit of a different Rosebud this year. In the last 15 years, the largest field size has been 9 runners, and this year, 15 at the moment. Like you say, it might be down to 13, but a bigger field than usual. 8 of the last 9 winners have settled in the top 6 in running. I've got Central Europe mapping dead last, just about. So I think he's going to get a long way back. The market's got this race right historically. All of the last 8 winners at Rosehill have been one of the top 3 favourites, and 7 of the last 8 winners have been first up. I do like Blue Door here. She won a Rosehill 900 metre trial on 24th of March by 8 lengths, was +2 the last 400, which was the quickest of 91 trials on the day. And she then won the Group 3 kindergarten on debut, beating the next episode who won the $1 million Magic Millions National 2-year-old next start. And in the past 15 years, no debutant had won the kindergarten on debut and no filly had won it. So it was a very, very impressive debut win. She led and ran third in the Randwick 1,000-metre trial 31 July to Gangster Granny in yellow jersey, who are older group horses. So I think she's a quality filly. There is a hot speed up front, but hoping she can settle just in behind a couple and prove too strong. So I do think she's a deserved favourite, Blue Door. I thought it was a little roughy too. I've been following a horse called Half Pipe who won a Scone trial on the 10th of June, ran the 4th quickest last 400 metres of the day, and then won a Warwick Farm trial by 5.5 lengths and ran the quickest last 600 metres of the 113 trials on the day. He won first up at Muzzlebrook by 3 lengths and then had no luck. Second up, sort of caught wide, no cover throughout, and sort of 33-1. I thought he was a nice roughie, but I do think Blue Door is a quality filly and the one to beat.
We've had a couple of texts on Half Pipe this morning. I just wanted to ask you on Blue Door, is the one trial there for that? We asked Dean and Mickey Gannon, they were saying they were trying to talk to the team there, just thought the horse had done enough, but that's of no concern because by the sounds of what you're saying, that one trial, it was enough.
Yeah, I always prefer 2 trials. It's always a bit iffy when you've only had the one trial. But interestingly, she only had 1 trial before the kindergarten and managed to win that race. And like I said, she was the only filly to have won it and the only debutant to have won it in the last 15 years. So maybe she doesn't need quite as much work as the others, sort of naturally fit horse potentially. And so I'm going to forgive that, and I just like the way that she profiles here.
Yeah, well, why change a good thing? Let's move to the 3-year-olds. Now the Colts in the vein, and Closer to Free is your favourite. There's mail going around everywhere here. Hard Kick will return. Tornado Valley's flying. Big Wigs is airborne. Chad Schofield's not coming to Melbourne for no reason. It looks a tough affair. How are you seeing it?
Yeah, interesting race. 12 of the last 13 winners have settled in the top 5 and running. There's some of the runners in the market like sort of Tornado Valley and Big Wigs do tend to get back. All the 15 winners were in the top 5 in betting, and no maidens have won. I have settled on close to the free here. We identified him from his Caulfield 800 metre jump out on the 29th of January last prep when he beat a listed winner. We actually backed him futures at 100 to 1. Our members each way in the Blue Diamond, where he ran a huge race, but
yes,
managed to run second and just found one better. Otherwise, it would have been a really nice result. But I thought it was good in his latest jump out to Natural Fling. They ran really quick time in that 800 metre jump out on the 3rd of August. So I think he's going well enough to win. He sort of looks to settle outside of hard kick, which I think at Caulfield will suit. He'll sort of just be able to control the race just outside the speed and prove hard to beat. So I do have closer to free on top. There's one at Valley. There is a horse called Myro's Ruler for John McArdle who won a 800 metre 1 July jump out under no pressure by a big margin, then a Mornington 1,000 metre jump out on the 15th of July by an even bigger margin, and then won first up at Echuca by 6 lengths, and what was good time, a couple of lengths above standard. So I thought he could measure up here, and it's probably the horse who's going to stalk closer to free in the 1-1, and might have been a knockout at big odds, but I do think closer to free is a quality colt and the one to beat.
Yeah, it started $8, I think, in the slipper, didn't it? So Two Light was sort of well fancied there. Zara aboard, Danny O'Brien. Let's get to the Quezette, and harder to line up here with some New Zealand form as well.
Yeah, interesting little quirk in this race. Horses in the inside 4 barriers have had 8 winners from 60 runners at 54% POT, so to drawing well in this race is a benefit. And second up horses have only had 1 winner from 38 runners and a 90% loss on turnover, and you've got around half the field here second up, so it's usually a race where you want to be first up. And there have been a couple of third up winners, but the horses second up have a pretty awful record. Runners in the top 2 of the market have produced 10 winners from 30 runners at 39% POT, and there's a strong betting profile historically for horses who sort of settled in the top 5 last start and SP'd around under $6 and were in the market. I've got everything pointing to Natural Fling here. She won on debut last prep at Caulfield on a rain-affected track by about 3 lengths in quick time. And the way Caulfield's racing at the moment, it's sort of good to have a horse that you know can handle the way that track's playing right now. Ran 3.4 lengths above standard then, and then ran second to the next episode, who, as we've already mentioned, won the $1 million race, Magic Millions race, and is a pretty handy type. So her Flemington 800 metre 3rd of August jump out trial when beating, closer to free, we've just mentioned 46.02. That was a really quick time. She looked really good. She was going well. She maps nicely with cover just off the strong tempo. And again, I think she profiles perfectly for this race, Natural Fling, and looks really hard to beat. And again, if there's a knockout at really big odds, one at sort of 30, 40 to 1, there's a horse called Oh Yes She Did, who looked quite good for Mitchell Kearney early on, had won a Randall trial in good time, and then flew home for 4th in the Gimcrack. Then sort of had a couple of poor runs, and Peter Snowden took over the training. She led and won a Randall at 1,045 metre trial by 1.3 lengths under no pressure, and then beat an odds-on sort of Gay Waterhouse favourite at Warwick Farm first up. I think she's going well for her new stable. She's always shown good ability, and I was pretty surprised to sort of see her at 40 to 1. So I thought if there was a knockout to beat Natural Fling, Oh Yes She Did, might be worth a little spec.
Yeah, big price there. We move to race 7, the PB Lawrence, and a lot of talk about Cosmic Crusader v Private Eye, where Private Eye's 2 from 2 this track and trip and won this race last year.
Yeah, I'm going around both of them. 11 of the last 12 winners have settled sort of in the top 5 and running. Got Cosmic Crusader sort of back 7th. All the last 15 winners were in the top 5 and betting. The Hay Stable have won 3 from 6 in this race at 95% profit on turnover. And interesting, the horses coming off a last start Caulfield run, there's only been 1 winner from 41 runners at a 74% loss on turnover, and the hot favourite Cosmic Crusader comes out of a blitzingly at Caulfield last start, which hasn't been proven to be a great lead-up race. The numbers have pushed me to evaporate here. He's a really classy horse, multiple sort of Group 2, Group 3 winner. He's had 6-time Group 1 place getter, including a Golden Eagle and a North Star Mile. He doesn't have a great fresh-up record on paper, but he was only beaten a length at Group 1 level.
Yes.
First up last prep. He just maps nicely sort of behind the leading pair. He won a recent Flemington 800 metre jump out, so he looks forward enough to me to win first up. And the stable have a great record in the race. Horses like Desert Lightning and Feroce look like sort of capable dangers as well. It's sort of double figure odds, but I reckon Evaporate just looks a really nice, safe each way bet here.
And we've had a couple of texts in asking for sort of best bet anywhere for the weekend. Have you got something a bit wider, or Caulfield, Rosehill, somewhere you want to flick out for the punters?
There's a horse going around at Kembla Grange who won a trial in really, really quick time at Rosehill, about 8 lengths above standard, was declared quickest trial on the day, and it's on debut a horse called Look Fame for David Pfeiffer. So I'll be having a look at it at Kembla Grange. I think it's race 2. It's a maiden on debut. It looks like a very, very nice horse, and if it runs to that trial, it'll just be winning.
2-6 there at Kembla Grange. Dan, appreciate your time this morning, mate. Go well. You've been on fire. Ninja and Surnow last week. Hopefully get a couple in the features this week. And again, thank you for your time as always.
Cheers, Miles. Appreciate it, mate.
Dean Evans there from winningedgeinvestments.com. Professional betting education, tips and ratings so you can treat your betting like an investment. You've waited for it. You bet with the king. You wear the bling. He's on the other side of this, the jump out king.
At Winning Edge Investments, our team of highly skilled expert analysts and full-time professional punters review the data, crunch the figures, assess the best betting opportunities, and deliver them to your phone via our app and your email inbox in real time so you profit. Go to www.winningedgeinvestments.com. Look at our membership options. Make your choice and enter the promo code PODCAST to receive a special 25% discount on your first membership just for listening. That's PODCAST in capital letters for a 25% ongoing discount on your first membership. Treat your betting like a business and invest intelligently with Winning Edge Investments.